Talking about this weekend, Hurricane Ida. Let's get over to Peyton.
Yeah, we are tracking Hurricane Ida. It continues to strengthen this morning. It's in the Gulf of Mexico, and the hurricane hunters are in there right now. Let's go ahead and take a look at the latest. This is as of 7 a.m. It has winds of 85 miles per hour, gusting to 100 miles per hour. It is moving northwest at 16, and it's sitting about 385 miles southeast of the mouth of the river. And I'll tell you what, this thing is really getting its act together this morning. I'm going to talk more about that in just a second. But here's the latest. This was a 4 a.m. track. We'll get our next track update at 10 a.m. But you can see there they do have it rapidly strengthening and intensifying through today. Still up to a major hurricane by later on today perhaps, and then making landfall once again. Nothing's really changed here as a Category 4 hurricane Sunday around the evening hour, we'll say around sunset, 7 o'clock or so in South Louisiana. Now notice the cone of uncertainty still extends over towards Lafayette, Vermilion Bay. It's centered closer to Morgan City and Houma, and it does still include parts of New Orleans. So with a track like this, of course, we would all be on the east side, and we would all feel at least some impacts from this system all the way from Louisiana into Mississippi. Now it's going to slow down a little bit as it moves to the inland, or it moves inland, so it'll be here Sunday afternoon, makes landfall Sunday evening. This will be an overnight event, unfortunately, so a lot of the worst impacts are going to be after dark, and then by midnight getting up towards Baton Rouge, and then into southwest Mississippi by Monday afternoon. So in 24 hours, it's only going to travel the span of the Mississippi or the Louisiana coast up to, we'll say, around Natchez. Not going to be moving fast, but it is going to be moving. So this is going to be a mainly Sunday night into early Monday event for a lot of areas. Now, the worst impacts are going to start near the coast by tomorrow. We'll start to see some of the worst of it by tomorrow afternoon. So that's why you got to rush to complete preparations. That's why we have our evacuation orders. Conditions will start to go downhill later on tonight. But notice our models pretty tightly clustered in on Terrebonne Parish or St. Mary Parish. No big changes here. But it's important to know minor fluctuations could mean major differences on who sees impacts. If this storm travels 25 to 50 miles on this side of the cone further towards New Orleans, we got big problems in New Orleans. If this thing goes closer to Houma, big problems up in the Bayou parishes. Maybe it travels a little further towards Lafayette. That is still a possibility. And that would lessen our wind impact here in Mississippi and Louisiana. But overall, we're still on the east side. We're still on the dirty side of the storm. I want to briefly mention this, and we're going to go into a lot of details about the exact impacts we're going to be looking at. We're talking about surge, wind, and the flooding potential. I'm going to have exact numbers for you coming up here in a few minutes. But look at Ida this morning. This is what we are looking at here, the satellite. And I want you to notice, see these tall cloud tops, these bright colors? We call those hot towers. And what those are those are really intense thunderstorms that are developing near the circulation. And as you get those wrapping around, that's going to rapidly intensify, rapidly deepen this system. So this thing is on its way to clearing out an eye probably later on today. So it's doing everything we have forecasted. The forecast has not changed. This could still strengthen into a strong Category 4 hurricane.